There. Okay, look how high that went.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And you did not mentally at all try to go.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing for beginners to understand. Huge thing, okay? Because most of their issues are coming from trying to scoop the ball in the air. You need to go down.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's the Golf Sling. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we're gonna work with a beginner golfer who struggles with contact, and we're gonna help him out. Let's get into it. Cool, so you've been playing for
about a year and a half.
A year and a half,
2
right?
years
Okay.
or so, yeah.
Cool. So I'm just gonna watch you hit some shots, man. 5 or 10 swings. So there's contact, ball flight, then power, right? Start with contact, and if you can consistently make contact like 8 out of 10 times, 9 out of 10 times, then we'll like look at like how do you make the ball go straight. Otherwise, we'll stick to contact, okay? Like, what are some things that you would say from your perspective? Like, what do you think you struggle with the most?
There is a consistency.
Okay.
So some things I might tweak a little bit, and then I might tweak something a little bit after. So sometimes I'll have like several good shots, and then after that it'd be like hit a little bit low or hit a little bit high because my positioning has changed, and I sort of
okay.
Yeah. So that's one
So
of the things. So
consistency more so with contact, I guess, for now.
yes.
So I think what kind of helps with that is having like an understanding of like what causes good shots, like what causes the shot to be thin, why does the ball go low, what causes it to go high, why do we chunk it, why do we hit behind. Otherwise, you're just trying to remember a feeling, and sometimes you lose the feeling. So it's kind of both. Like, you don't want to be thinking so much of like what's causing my swing, or you don't always want to be thinking of your positioning of your body, because then it's more like it's not as athletic. You're like, that's where we like overthink or become like robotic. So we do want to be able to just like look at something and like repeat a feel. Like that's a really ideal way to do things. But sometimes we also need to have like a certain baseline knowledge to be able to like stay consistent, right? When we do lose a feeling. So as we like go on today, I'll kind of tell you what to do, but I'll also like, explain things so that you understand why you're doing it. Okay? Yeah. Cool. Nice. That was a really good one, right?
Yeah. So that's
a different sound and different feel. It didn't feel like you. Yeah. So one thing you'll notice is when you hit a really good shot like that, it's usually never like fast or rushed. Like that was like very smooth. That's something we call like tempo. So when we have good tempo, like it's like more like 1-2 versus like 1-2, right? And when we get like tempo and tension, when we squeeze, we get really tight on it. A lot of times when we're new to the game, we're not really sure what should happen here, so we kind of either just rush through it so we don't have to think about it, or we like tense and get like scared or nervous of hitting the ball. That kind of is something that causes inconsistent contact. So I'm just gonna get your video from 2 angles and then we'll look at it. I really like how you take the club up, like the direction you take it up. It gets very like risky here, and you like lay it on your shoulders. So first thing for consistency of strike is we want to be the same distance from the ball, okay? So if we have our shoulder to our club head here, and let's say that's 1 meter long, this is our radius of our swing. We want to keep it the same as much as possible, okay? So you see from here, it's still a meter long. Eventually we'll fold our wrists, okay? But the distance is still kind of the same. As soon as you go like this and throw it on your shoulder, if you were to bring that here, this is here, okay? So that's coming off the ground. So let's kind of go into like what causes good and bad contact first. So if I have a golf ball here, first thing is us getting too tall throughout our shot, okay? But as we go to hit it, if we lose our posture and stand up, that's one way to hit the top of the ball. Some people will pull the arms because like in their mind, they're trying to make the ball go in the air. You're trying to lift it up and you're actually raising it, and now you hit the top of the ball. A couple other reasons why you hit the top of the ball. So we also have our wrist hinge. So we do this, if you kind of think of it like a slapping motion, so this is kind of how I explain it to everybody. So if you're hitting something like this, that's the same thing as doing this. Okay, so there's like it creates power, and it also like helps us hit down and get under the ball, and that helps us pop the ball up in like chipping or full swing. There's a lot of speed that we can get from this too. We'll probably talk about that later when we discuss power. But for right now, I want you to see like this motion raises the club. Now I didn't move any other parts of my body. I need to drop this back down to hit the ground. If I just leave this here and turn my body, that club is not touching the ground, and that's another way to hit the top of the ball. The next reason would be our head. We want to keep our head centered. If we can keep our head centered, we have a better chance of hitting the same spot. If our head gets too left on the downswing, that's going to make us hit it over here. But what happens is the ball gets in the way and we hit the top of the ball. Final reasons would be, again, with the wrist. So it's actually overdoing this drop. So if you drop it too much and you keep making your hand go, and now what's happening with the club is raising, right? So if we get here and then we like I guess flip it or like throw it too much, this club is going up and you're hitting the ball like that now. So just to quickly recap why we would hit the top of the ball, all the reasons for doing this would be our posture. So if we get taller during the shot, it's one reason. Second reason is if we pull our arms inwards, okay, so our arms coming off the side. This usually happens because we're trying to lift the ball up, but in attempts to do that, we hit the top and it doesn't go in the air. Another reason would be if our head gets too far on this side, we're gonna hit here, except we hit the top of the ball. Another reason is if we over release or kind of flip our hands too much, okay, or try to scoop it, that also makes us get the club going in the air. Okay, so we kind of want it to land back to where it started at setup, there, and then just turn. But if we get too handsy and armsy, it's gonna go flip up and you're actually gonna make the ball go like that. Why would you hit the ground early now? Okay, so the complete opposite of that is the opposite motions. If we get too low, we hit the ground. Okay. If we actually let this go too early, that hits the ground early. Okay. If we tilt this way with our head, that makes us hit the ground back here. Yeah, those are pretty much the main reasons for chunking it. I want you to learn how to use your arms without using your body. Okay. So basically what happens is your club goes here, and then this is like way more than how much your body turned, and then you kind of like use your body to try to find the ground. Okay, so if your body gets too low to try to find the ground, then your club ends up hitting the ground too much, and if you don't do this, then sometimes your timing gets off there. Okay, so I want you to learn how to not move your body up and down, okay, and use your arms to find the ground. So this is another common thing with people that are new to golf, is when they're trying to make contact, especially I noticed for like people that find the club too heavy, when they go up here, they're not really using their arm, I guess you could say arm muscles, and they're more so than they start using their whole body to hit the ground, and then they'll like hit it way back here. Okay, so what I want you to do is you can put your feet closer together. Okay, you're really gonna try to be aware of where your head is. Okay, and it can't move down, your chest can't move down, you can't squat your knees either. And I want you to use your arms, because a lot of swings you finish and you're kind of like down here. I want you to stay tall as where you set up. So we could even start with no golf ball. It's great when we have our shadow here, whether it's the sun or lighting. And I want you to look at your head. It cannot go downwards. It has to stay the same height, and you have to just kind of fold your arms and bring them back to where you started. So go ahead, set up, feet closer together. Okay, so just take it about halfway back. So, okay, so you're gonna lift the arms up. Now you're gonna bring it back to where you started, which is right here.
Yep.
And your shadow can't go up and down. So bend your knees a little bit more. Yeah, so I want you to just mainly look over here. Go ahead, just lift your arms up and back down. Good. It feels weird, right?
Yeah.
Because you usually lower to find the ground. Okay. From here, we got a direct force towards the ground.
Okay.
Common thing that happens is everyone tries to put the force upwards.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go like up. We're actually not going up, we're going down.
Okay.
That's what helps the club get under the ball. Good, yeah. See how your wrists like let out there?
Yeah.
Good. Good. I'm just gonna hold your head here,
Yep.
or your upper body. Go ahead. Keep going. Yeah, there you go. So it's like you have to, your arms basically, because they're straight here, right?
Yeah.
So you fold them, then you lengthen them.
Okay.
Good. I know this is really awkward for you because you don't know how to do it while keeping your head up here. This is good. Okay, so see how it's forced upwards?
Pull it up,
downwards. So think high backswing, low follow through. Nice. We gotta get this angle.
Yep.
See how it kind of just fits there under the ball?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to be able to get that right under.
Okay.
You're just gonna feel like you hit the ground and you just kind of like don't even go upwards that way, okay?
Okay.
And you gotta do it while staying tall. Good. So I want you to kind of feel like you go like this and then like don't go so far in the follow through. More so like stop. But the main thing you're trying to do here is use your arms without using your body. Good. There. Okay, look how high that went.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And you did not mentally at all try to go.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing for beginners to understand. Huge thing, okay? Because most of their issues are coming from trying to scoop the ball in the air. You need to go down.
Yeah.
So once we understand this, that we need to hit downwards, then we understand that the hitting motion is right here. Okay? Now I just turn for more power. Okay? And when I come back here, I go like this again. But most people will come back here and then they go yank and stand up or pull this or anything that feels like to them that's gonna make the ball go in the air. But it's more so you gotta go down. So it's this motion here, then you just turn and do it further. Okay, so the next step from that, like right now I just made you use your arms. Okay, I just said just use your arms. We also do need to use our body. So our body is more so like a turning motion. Okay, so what we're gonna do eventually is we're gonna do the same thing with our hands and arms, and we're gonna think hit. As soon as we hit it, we turn. So this is called our pivot, when we move our legs, our chest, and our arms together. Okay, so we're gonna hit and pivot.